What's up, guys? Welcome back to Blueclouds TV. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Blueclouds Media Sports, and the news keep rising. The fans of Strasbourg are very, very hungry and very, very upset with what the model of the football club is and how the recruitment of Chelsea, who are also owners of Strasbourg Football Club, a team in the French league. So Chelsea fans in the revoke Strasbourg takeover and fire Strasbourg fans versus Chelsea owners multi-club model failing. Is it really failing? We'll look into that as the stream goes on. Strasbourg fans versus Chelsea. Like I said, Chelsea in crisis. Fans demand change at Strasbourg. Chelsea fans, your voice really matters a whole lot. Chelsea fans and Strasbourg fans, the signing of the under-23, it's what they're demanding, that things have to change. Is it over for Marc Cucurella? As reports coming out that in this summer transfer window, Marc Cucurella will be the player that will be sold, will be the player that will be shown out to the door. So that's another thing that we'll be looking into, the future of Marc Cucurella. And also we'll be looking at the rising star of Mario Hutchinson. As it's being reported, he has taken some award. But what kind of award did Mario Hutchinson pick up over, this week? We'll also look at the rising star, the young talented player that came from Arsenal to join Chelsea Football Club. So, guys, be my guest as we're here. Hopefully, Stephen can join me here in a bit later as we go through the concern, the noise. I wouldn't say noise. The fans' concern, the worry of Strasbourg and also Chelsea Football Club, the model of both teams, of both clubs, and how they do their recruitment. Well, the two stooges, I call them, the technical directors at Chelsea, most of them are also involved. Earlier this, I think in the January transfer window, the football club almost loaned David Washington to Strasbourg, but reports that were coming in that Patrick Vieira was not really interested in what's his name again? David Washington. He wasn't interested in another young player coming from Chelsea, so he decided to, said no to that transfer. But then we have Santos, who made his way to Strasbourg. Strasbourg are struggling in middle of the table, as is being reported. And strong top, accredited journalists have reported days today. And also Chelsea have been looking into the young talented Spaniard, which is Nico Williams. Chelsea were weighing up a move for Nico Williams, Atletico Bilbao winger Nico Williams this summer, who has has a release clause. I think he has a release clause of 43 to 50 million pounds in his contract. So Chelsea will be looking forward to trigger that. And also Chelsea will look to sign a traditional number 9, as they have been tracking in Napoli, Victor Osimhen, and also right back Leipzig. You guys know Benjamin Sesko. I saw him. I think I've watched a couple games of him. And also Sporting Lisbon, Victor Gyökeres. I also watched him play. Came out from the bench yesterday against the Italian team in the Europa League yesterday. Yes, there was an Europa game yesterday. I don't know why they put the Europa game on the Wednesday night, but yes, I was able to watch that. Also, watch a little bit of what Victor Gyökeres, and he is on my list, the top player on my list besides Victor Osimhen. The reason why I put him on my list is Victor Osimhen will come out as 120 million But if you look at Victor Osimhen, 120 million, and you have Nico Williams and Gilchrist and William alone, those two top players will cost Chelsea 120 million. So if you're a businessman and you own a football club, you have to weigh your option. Which one would you go in for? That is why, in my sense of thinking, I'm thinking Chelsea should focus on a very, very good player, top player, Gilchrist, and also top winger Nico Williams. Those guys will cost Chelsea 120 instead of spending just 120 million on one player whom we all don't know. We all don't know if he's gonna go on to the Premier League and be successful. It's always a gamble. Whichever player you bring into the football club, whichever club it is, in the Premier League is always a gamble. If you're lucky, that player can be successful. If you're not lucky, that player wouldn't be successful. So I will look into that. All right, so we'll look into the deals between those two teams. So yes, whatever you're watching us from, do me a favor, subscribe to Blueclouds Media YouTube channel, and don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you're watching us on YouTube. Also, keep your bell notification icon at all time so you wouldn't miss anything from us. Omari Hutchinson has been nominated for the Sky Bet Championship Player of the Month award for February. And Omari Hutchinson has been blowing out. Omari Hutchinson has been a great player for Ipswich since he moved on loan from Chelsea. Too many players for Chelsea. What would you expect? A loan out for Omari Hutchinson has been very, very good for his development, and I think that is one of the players. Also, Angelo Gabriel, also with Strasbourg, has been impressive for Strasbourg this season. There's so many players out there, but then the problem still persists. The stadium development, the recruitment, the model of which they are bringing in players is becoming a problem for Strasbourg. There's been a letter sent out from Strasbourg fans. They call them what's the name again? I think they have a specific name for them. Something Cole. Let me get my information right on my screen as we are discussing this. And yeah, there's been so many problems coming from. So, and I know very soon it will also take off. Chelsea will also come in with their own problem because so many people are talking about the young players they're bringing in. They have to change the style of recruitment. They have to bring in a little bit of experienced players to come in and help the football club. But it's all up to Todd Bowley. If he feels Todd Bowley, Clay League, and then also what's his name, the other guy, if they feel that whatever they're doing is working, then they have to continue doing the same thing. But it's not working. So why wouldn't you change your ways a little bit and bring an experienced player as they are looking in for? And I've said from the beginning, Gilchrist, Nico Williams, and Osimhen. These three players, which one should Chelsea go in for? Osimhen, 120 million. Gilchrist and Nico Williams, these two players will cost you 120. So let's weigh our option. We're getting two players for 120 instead of getting one player for £120. So we gotta look into that and see which one of these is really gonna help. We as Chelsea fans, there's so many going on, but I'm sure that I have my other counterpart, my other Stephen will join us here, and then we're gonna get into it, dive in deep into the report that we're coming from Strasbourg. Also, let me read this one. So this was coming from, I think, France. It says Strasbourg on trust are upset with blue coal. Absolutely, Strasbourg on trust are upset with blue coal as one of them they haven't met the owners since the takeover took place. They also say in two transfer window the club has been strapped of experienced players for young players, saying no club can be competitive in this condition. They want new owners. That is coming from Strasbourg. Football Club, they are claiming that they haven't met the new owners since the takeover took place, since Chelsea bought Strasbourg. They haven't met with the new owners, and since the takeover, it's always has been young players, under 23 players, and there's no one in this world, and it is proven. There's no one in the Premier League that has ever won the Premier League with young players. No, no, it's never done. So if Strasbourg are coming up with his information saying they haven't made their owners, it's all has been young players and they can't compete. And I've said it many times on my platform. Strasbourg themselves has been struggling. Strasbourg fans group urging the Blue Coal, led by Chelsea owners, clearly to change their under 23 transfer policy or leave the football club. Strasbourg are a young team at this moment that sits struggling in the middle of the table in the French league. One, it is 9 months now since the French club took over or became part of Chelsea's multi-club model. Here is a piece of examination. Let's look at relationship. It's working. Good relationship there. But the multi-club model, is it really working for Chelsea? More or less, look at the problem going on at Chelsea right now. It hasn't been taken care of. Then they have another football club. And I heard that Chelsea are also trying to figure out if they can own Sporting Lisbon. They're working very hard to see if they can own Sporting Lisbon. So imagine what is going on at Chelsea right now and what is going on at Strasbourg, and then only trying to own Sporting Lisbon at the same time. So three club, and I understand the multi-club model thing, but it's not going on. They have to try and fix one problem, fix the other before they can start another one, because it's been shambolic. And I don't put so much blame on the owners. It is those in charge of the football club, the technical directors, those that are there helping shaping things out, that they have not done their job very well. Because if I own a football club, I know the headlines are going to be on me because it is my name. It is Ni that owns Ni FC. So Ni owns Ni FC, but I employ people to people that are put in charge that will recruit players, that will bring in. But our model is to recruit young players. But you can still recruit younger and experienced. You get for the Premier League. Some can come from a Premier League, some can come from outside the Premier League, but are not those that haven't, played in the Premier League, although are outside Europe, which I think it hasn't helped. David Washington, Brazilian who hasn't played in Europe at all. They spent money on him, they brought him to the football club, and we haven't seen much of his development. He's got some game time, some few minutes in the senior team, but we haven't seen much. All right, so we got a message now, and it's I think Stephen G. Since I try and join a bit, not sure if you saw the message on Discord, so thought we'll hop on and give heads up. Okay, yeah, no problem. When you're free, the link is right there. You can join it. So thank you very much, Stephen G. And anyone else watching the show, I think we got we've done 13 minutes so far streaming. But then I've got you all the highlight, the headline on the show, and we're discussing the main concerning issue right now at Chelsea Football Club and Strasbourg at the same time. So if you have any concern of any of these trendy news right now, do me a favor, you can send your comment in, and if you have any question, you can also drop your question in and see how best we can outline those questions for you, answer those questions very, very well for you. So there is a lot of concern from Strasbourg. There is a lot of concern from Chelsea fans. The developments of the new stadium, on and on and on. There's so many going on. There's a lot really going on. I know a lot of Chelsea fans are not really happy. But with the way I sit and the chair that I sit in as a leader of a community, I'm not gonna be part of that join the race, let him out, send him out, get him out of the football club. To me, I felt like we need some kind of a patience at the football club. And I know that it's just 2 seasons. They've just been there for 2 seasons. Things will change. They've realized the mistakes. Things will change. And I realized that as far as fans are putting in information out there, they're not happy about the relationship with the owners and the football club. They're here. They're human beings. They're hearing all this, and I know that they will put up a fight. They will change things for the best because they are investing into the football club, and no one wants this investment to go waste. No one wants this investment to go waste. So the concerning the alarm raised by Strasbourg fans is very, 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 very disturbing. Chelsea fans will come up with their message too. So, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. Stephen G in the building. Stephen, welcome back again.
Good to be on as always. Hope you and everyone in the chat, and even if they're not in the chat but are still watching, is doing good.
Yeah, everyone is doing good. For now, I don't know what's going on with YouTube over the past 2 days. The numbers hasn't been doing well, but it's like Twitter or X is carrying the day with lots of viewers
When
on the show.
when I hopped on to send that message because I wasn't sure if you got my message in Discord, um, it was 7 views and like 4 likes or something on YouTube,
Okay.
but I think it went down again. I don't know why. We'll have to figure it out. See what's happening. Maybe it's just one of those days where YouTube just isn't pushing because they like to do that and be temperamental.
Yeah, I've changed even the format a little bit. See if it will change. Things will change, but then we still got people, a lot of our viewers on X still watching into the show. So we're gonna give them anyone that is here. We still gotta give them what they're here for. So, Stephen, there's been a lot of headlines today coming from Chelsea and the other club, Strasbourg. Chelsea fans and the revoked access Strasbourg take over and fire. They claim that they haven't even met the owners since the takeover, and then they want to change the policy of recruitment and how Chelsea bring in under 23 players. They also said no one can compete in this manner as they are struggling in the middle of the table with just young players. What's your thoughts and what's your takes on that?
Look, they're entitled to do that. I mean, even Chelsea fans have been crying out for experience. Yeah, we've done it on the show here. We've seen other Chelsea fans say it as well, whether it be on X or other platforms or just people that we speak to away from social media and all that, just like general friends and stuff, have been saying the same thing, or family members, like whoever you speak to, everyone's saying the same thing, that Chelsea need to get experience. And it's true, but at the same time, with all due respect to Strasbourg and their fans, they were basically mid-table before the owners came in anyway. So it's not like they've regressed. You know what I'm saying?
Steven, your voice is gone. I can't hear you anymore. Can you hear me?
I love when, yeah, I can hear you. I love when the connection wants to play games. Can you hear me right now?
Yeah, I can hear you perfect now. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, so Strasbourg were basically mid-table before the ownership came in anyway, so it's not really like they've regressed much anyway. And as I was saying before, I don't know if it came through or not, but Chelsea fans, whether that be people like us who stream or people that just post on social media or just friends and family, have all been saying we need experience because experience will help, like experienced players will help your younger players develop. That's why you
Definitely.
have the people like your Thiago Silvas. Because yes, he may be 38. Yes, he may not play every game, but he can guide the players and he can sort of coach them and stuff as well, whether that be on the pitch or off it, in terms of whether that's in training or whether that's about their lifestyle away from football. Like there's things that can be taught to them by the experienced players. Maybe the experienced players were doing something it wasn't working for them, so they can say, this worked for me, maybe try it. It might not work for you, but maybe it helps you. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's one of the benefits. And also the fact that your experienced players, they've typically been there, done it. Like, they've got the ability to sort of carry the team if the team's struggling, basically. In
Right.
those big games, that's when the experience counts. And that's what Liverpool had. Yes, they had 4 or 5 teenagers on the pitch against us in the final in extra time. And yes, we sat off them. But they're experienced players like the Van Dijks, like the Trent Alexander-Arnolds, the players like that with the experience were able to put them young players and that team on their back and say, we can take this pressure off of you. You come with us, we'll do the hard grafting because we've been there, we've done it, we've experienced it all.
So, Stephen, I should ask you, you as a Chelsea fan, are you worried about the Strasbourg backlash and the worries about how the club is being run compared to being a multi-club ownership? If what the Strasbourg is going through, do you think Chelsea fans should be worried about their football club too? Can you hear me, Stephen? All right, I think we lost Stephen there for a second. But guys, beat my guys here, whoever is out there watching us live. We got 8 of us watching live on YouTube. Send your comments in, send your information, and let me know how things are going. Your question, your thoughts on the growing concern from Strasbourg Football Club and their worry about the multi-club model and the recruitment of players at the football club. With Chelsea have had its own share of it and still hasn't settled yet, still going on, bringing in lots of young players. Definitely going to have a high chance and high possibility of inconsistency, and that has affected the football team right from beginning. The injuries also hasn't helped. A lot of things has to change for the club to be able to compete in the highest level and win silverwares again. And I've heard Feliciano's interview the other day. He said, there is a lot of investment that has been done. Their concern, it's not just about winning on the pitch. The win is very important. It will come, but then it looks like they're more into the profit, investment, investing
Stuff
into it.
go with it.
And then once it takes its shape, Chelsea fans will be very, very happy when everything is going on right. Steven, are you back?
Yeah. They need the commercial aspect as well. That's what they were saying, is that you need the success, but you also need the commercial stuff to go with it, basically. Because
Definitely.
if you want to be sustainable, you need to have the winning on the pitch, winning trophies and everything like that, and qualifying for Europe and everything that falls under winning. Yeah. And then you need the commercial aspect as well. Your sponsorships and all the stuff with merchandise and all that. You need all that coming in as well. It's both things have to go hand in hand to make your brand bigger, basically. And by making the brand bigger through both on the pitch and off the pitch, that means that should they decide to sell after 10 years, they being Clear Lake, Bowley, all them, or maybe just 1 or 2 of them want to sell. Doesn't really matter. The point is, if any of them want to sell after the 10-year period that Roman put on them, they need, in order to get more money than what they paid and therefore make a profit, they need us to be successful on the pitch and off the pitch. And I feel like some people who are your big accounts, who they aggregate the news, I feel like they nitpick certain things, so they'll go, oh, I'll pick that bit, because they know what bits are going to get more interactions, and they don't always put the full story.
I think I agree with you, Stephen. I agree with what you say. My question to you before I think you got muted. My question to you: you as a Chelsea fan, are you worried about the Strasbourg, situation and the way fans are concerned, because it is a multi-club model. They own it, they are all into it. So if Chelsea fans were complaining about the inexperience of players, and Strasbourg are also complaining, are you worried? Are we worried about these owners?
I'm not so much worried about owners because I feel like every ownership makes mistakes, right? I think under FSG, when they came into Liverpool, they had a similar idea where you have the collaborative approach on the transfers and stuff, like what Chelsea have, yeah? Where you got loads of voices saying their opinion, yeah? That didn't work. When Michael Edwards came in and Jurgen Klopp came in, they went away from that and they started becoming successful on the pitch, right?
Right.
So maybe through Strasbourg fans and Chelsea fans, okay, Chelsea fans, we're not protesting, and it sounds like Strasbourg might, but through the fact that you've got certain people from that Chelsea hierarchy on social media, yeah. So I don't know if you know who Daniel Finkelstein is. He's not someone who's actually part of the consortium that owns Chelsea, but I think he's on like the fan board. Like he's someone that's well known, yeah. He's famous. I can't really tell you what for, but yeah, pretty sure he's famous and like he's on like the fan board and stuff, so he can sort of put to them, look, this is what the fans are saying and stuff like this. So he could see he's very active on Twitter, aka X. Like he's published, like he's got a book and everything like that. But he's on there, and I've seen occasionally he interacts with fans, but he also sees the stuff that the fans will put out there, so he could relay that back. And then, obviously, if there's a lot of discontent with how we're going about it, you'd like to think, look, these guys are businessmen. That is what they do.
Right.
They are business people.
Mm-hmm.
And as a business, well, not as a business, when you have a business, if something isn't going right, you have to change things. Yeah. And look, they surely have to be thinking things need to be changed. I've said to you from stuff I've read, there's going to be a review of the whole recruitment thing in the summer anyway. If that happens, then good, because we might change our approach. We might not go for as many young players. We might go for more experience for Chelsea. Perfect. That's what we need. But that needs to carry over to Strasbourg as well.
Definitely. So whatever strategy they have for Chelsea, they have to carry the same strategy at Strasbourg. So both goes hand in hand. So whatever profit that I think I saw something somewhere that they put a statement up. Strasbourg have lost. I think they've lost. Was it? I'm not so sure exactly what it was, but it says Strasbourg have lost money in terms of revenue for this year. They've gone down and something like that coming out from Strasbourg. So it looks like things are not really going well. And I'm not so sure, Stephen, if you know about this. Did you know that David Washington was being given to Strasbourg in the January transfer window, and Vieira rejected him?
They
Santos.
didn't need a striker though. They don't need one. So I'm glad that he said that. But then at the same time, that shows that either the people at Strasbourg, whether that's because we kept their original management team in terms of like the directors and all that, we kept them there. So that shows that either them or our ownership group or both have listened and they've not gone through with that deal. So hopefully that translates to Chelsea.
Beautiful. All right, so guys, we're watching us live on YouTube and watching us live on X. Do me a favor, you can drop your comments and drop a like on the video. Also, big up to Lord Vapor Nation. Said eventually we have to change our approach because we can't keep buying kindergarten amateurs. Okay, and Gulam Mustafa, thank you very much for hopping on the show today. So it's a big up me and Steven. Big up to yourself. Stream is still going on. The Strasbourg situation is still there. Strasbourg fans, Chelsea fans, owners, multi-club model failing. Stephen, are you into the look? If you look at how the fans are saying, do you think that the multi-club model is it good or is it bad for football? Would it work for Chelsea? Is it good for football? And do you think it's going to work for Chelsea?
It depends how the other clubs are run because every network of clubs, let's call them a network of clubs, it's easier that way, right? So Man City have it, they're called the City Group, yeah? Chelsea is starting to build one with Chelsea. Well, I say Chelsea, I mean Blueco. That's what the company's
Luko.
called, Blueco, yeah?
Right.
So that's Chelsea and that's Strasbourg at the moment, and they're looking at other clubs as well. But the clubs differently in terms of the network of clubs are going to probably be run slightly differently. And that's the important thing. You can't use your, I'm going to call them almost like supporter clubs, yeah? Because we're the,
Right.
in a way that I don't mean it disrespectfully, yeah? And I hope it don't get taken the wrong way. We're the bigger club in terms of we're the bigger brand. Chelsea are the bigger club, Chelsea are the bigger brand than what Strasbourg are, yeah?
I mean, that's true.
You can't send or buy all kids for them like what Salzburg and Leipzig have. You can't keep getting all the kids to there and then bringing them to Chelsea because it just isn't going to work. You need to get experience for them as well as some of the younger players. And then if the younger players are good, then maybe we can look at bringing them to Chelsea in the future. But it can't be exclusively signing kids. I say that in like kids, teenagers, under 21, under 22, under 23, whatever way you want to define it. Yeah. We can't keep doing that for Chelsea or for Strasbourg. We've signed a lot at Chelsea. Now you get the experience. You get an experienced left back, you can sell Cucurella. You get an experienced winger if we get rid of Sterling. You get experienced centre back. You get experienced striker. All of a sudden, oh look, we got what, 4 more experienced players, and that's going to help the team because you're losing one experienced footballer. If Sterling gets sold, that's 2 experienced. Yeah. Get rid of Cucurella. I guess he's basically experienced as well, so that's 3. So you need to replace that and then add on top of it as well.
Brilliant, brilliant, Stephen. Thank you very much. We're still live. We are 32 minutes into our live stream. We got some few minutes to go to hit the hour mark.
I'll be back in a second.
There. Yes. Once we get once we get there, we'll get you guys know. I'm gonna drop the link. I don't know if this link is gonna work, but I'll try because this format of streaming sometimes doesn't allow people to click on the link. But then I will try and see if I can drop the link in there. Whoever is watching, if you're watching live and you have any concern or anything you want to talk about, the link is right there. Click on it, see if it works. If it doesn't work, I don't know. But if you're watching us live, you can click on it. You can click on it and then let us know what your thoughts are on the concern and the situation with Strasbourg at this moment in time. So, and also, we're gonna move on from there. Reports are also saying that, brilliant, big blaster, money spent left back Matt Cucurella will be out of the door in the summer. That's some reports are coming out. So I don't know what you guys thoughts on it. I know I think that Matt Cucurella does not really fit Chelsea Football Club the way they play. He's a good player, but he might suit a different style. But the way Chelsea play, Cucurella cannot fit. It's not good enough for the style and the way we play. So I won't be surprised if Cucurella is being shown he's will be leaving the football club in the summer transfer window. Some players will be leaving. I think that Madueke will be one of them that will be leaving the football club. And who else? Maybe they'll be bringing in some. We've heard of Nico Williams also on my list to talk about today. But then yes, it's all on Cucurella. If Steven come, I want to know his he returns to the stream. I want to know his thoughts on this young talented player, Mark Cucurella. I call him talented player because he's a good player. Because we saw a lot of clubs saw something good in him before they brought him to the football club. The fact that it's now working for Chelsea doesn't make him a bad player, if you can understand what I'm saying. So Cucurella, yeah, if I won't be surprised if Cucurella leave the football club and then they replace him with somebody else. We need a top left back. Chelsea need a top left back. Maybe a goalkeeper and another top
We
goalkeeper.
don't need a goalkeeper.
Steven, I'm saying they need another top goalkeeper.
What,
top
Chelsea?
Goalkeeper who will come in and compete with Petrovic, because from what I'm reading, Sanchez will be sent out of either they will sell Sanchez in the January transfer window.
I doubt we
Petrovic
sell
needs
him.
competition, and Sanchez is not the guy to give.
We aren't going to be able to break even on Sanchez. Not yet, anyway.
But do you think Sanchez is the guy to give Petrovic competition in the goalpost?
I'm not saying he is. I you know my thoughts on Sanchez.
Yeah,
But the issue is, we've got so many other things that need doing. We need a left back, we need a centre back, we need a striker, and potentially a winger. Yeah. At the moment, we've got Petrovic. Petrovic is fine for the goalkeeper at the moment. If we need, we can keep Sanchez for another year or so. I'm trying to get up my amortization Excel spreadsheet for the signings we've made and find Sanchez. So in the summer, Sanchez will still have 17 million left on the books. So Chelsea would have to get at least 17 million to break even and not make a loss on him. We can't afford to make any losses. Therefore, I don't think he goes in the summer. I don't think he goes in January. I think he goes in. That's what I'm saying. So I don't think he goes. The only way he would probably go is if we loan him out. But then the issue is, you've then got Kepa you've got to sell as well. So what, you're just going to chuck Gabriel Slanina in, who's had one loan spell at a club in Belgium, who aren't even that great of a club that he's at, as your backup choice? I don't think that's very wise. I think keep Sanchez for another year or so, maybe a year and a half, 2 years. And then you should be in a position where you can at least sell him for an amount where you're not making a loss on him. And that's what we got to think is, yes, we want him sold, but we're not going to make the money we need to make from selling him. So we're going to just have to deal with it because he's not going to be the starter anyway.
And Chelsea have
for
already
example,
a huge loss on Kepa already, because he's not even as the second goalkeeper for Madrid. He doesn't even they don't even see him as a second choice goalkeeper anymore at Madrid. So,
but he only has about 10 million left on the books in the summer anyway, because he has 1 year left. He signed for 70 million on the 7-year deal. Yeah.
Right.
So he only has 10 million left. So long as we hit 10 million, we break even. If we get over 10 million, then you make a profit on Kepa.
So 50 million shouldn't be bad for Kepa.
If we can get 15 mil, then of course, good money, happy days. Whether we will or not remains to be seen. But I saw something that Courtois could be back soon as well. So it'd be interesting to see what happens.
They said it's out of the rest. I mean, for the rest of the season.
I saw something within the last couple of days that he could be back for, I think it was the next slot of the Champions League, I think I saw.
That should tell you that he's already started training then.
Hang on. Let me see if I can find this. All
right, guys. We've talked about Strasbourg and their concern, their problems, and also Chelsea will end up selling Marc Cucurella in the January transfer window. Steven, that's what we're talking about, right? Oh no, we did talk about Petrovic.
Just quickly, they're saying that it's within the next 3 weeks that he'll be in training.
Okay, he'll be in training, but not
as in Thibaut Courtois.
Yeah, he'll not retain on the pitch. But no, the guy in there is not doing that bad.
Of the international break,
right? But whoever is
Ukrainian goalkeeper
right now, he's not doing that bad though. Anyway,
It's Andrei Lunin. He's Ukrainian.
Okay. Steven, Cucurella out of the door in the summer. Are you surprised?
If it actually happens, I better get some champagne ready to celebrate.
All right, that's Steven himself. He's very happy for Cucurella because the club need a top left back, a striker, and I think some more, either one or two or one more winger.
Centre back,
to,
left back, striker at a minimum.
Yeah, center back, left back, and then a striker. If we can have a bonus, another winger, which for what we hear that
as we're on this bit, Liverpool 1-0 up against Sparta Prague in the Europa League. But that wasn't what I was going to say. As we're on this, if you had to sign, let's keep it at least semi-realistic, I'll say of the 4 positions, or three or four, depending how many you think we need out of centre-back, left-back, winger and striker, Let's say 3 have to be realistic. I'll give you a 4th that's unrealistic, or 2 have to be realistic, and 1 could be basically somewhat unrealistic, Who would you sign for each of those positions? 1 player per position of those.
What was that again, Steven?
So if you had to sign 1 player per position for centre-back, left-back, striker, and then at your discretion, do we need to get a winger or not as well? Who would you sign? And I would say keep it semi-realistic at a minimum, if not completely realistic. I'll allow you 1 that might be deemed somewhat unrealistic. So if you're saying we don't need a winger, then you're choosing for centre-back, left-back and striker. And then you can have 1 that's not necessarily realistic.
Okay. I mean, if you talk about the centre back, if you just have to bring in a centre back, I'm going for 1 that is experienced in the Premier League. I'm not looking anywhere else. I'm looking for someone that knows how to handle the pressure, who can handle the strength of strikers who have done it before, and also has the relationship with Chelsea. I'm looking for McGay. McGay plays for the 3 Lions, and he has lots of experience in his belt. So McGay will be a guy I'll be looking for, and I know he's right centre back, isn't it?
Correct, he's right centre back. That's also the guy I would go for centre back as well, based on the names we've been linked with.
And if you have to bring in a left centre back, looking outside the Premier League,
we don't need a left centre back though.
Oh, sorry, left back. Sorry, not left centre back, left back, to come in and help Ben Chilwell, or maybe compete with Ben Chilwell. I'm looking at the German league, the Alphonso Davies, who's also been linked with Real Madrid. If Chelsea can get Alphonso Davies come in, we are secured in that back, left back position. We have good competition there for left back, just like we have good competition for the right back. We have Matt Augusto. We've seen he can be our number 1 now. So imagine if you have Reece James also coming back, another number 1. If Reece is not there, no one is worried. We know Matt Augusto, 20 years old, can come in and then do much better job. Very healthy. It doesn't have so much injury. But then we need the strength and the healthiness of Reece James. So Alphonso Davies is what I'll be looking for our left back. What about you?
For me, I'm saying semi-realistic to sort of maybe deemed unrealistic by some. Yeah. This is the one that I'm saying because I said could potentially have 1 depending how people view it. For me, I'd say Theo Hernandez.
Theo Hernandez from AC Milan.
Correct.
I mean, that can work. But is Alphonso Davies going to be a free agent in the summer?
No.
Because I know AC Milan are looking for money.
I don't think his contract... Alphonso Davies, I think, has his contract for another couple of years. I'm checking now. But I'm pretty sure his contract don't... excuse me.
I know AC Milan are also struggling with financial problems.
Alphonso Davies. Scroll down. His contract, I was correct. Alphonso Davies' contract runs out June 2025, so not this summer, next. And then who did I say? Teo Hernandez.
Yeah.
If this wants to load. Teo Hernandez, there he is. Just click on that. Scroll down a little bit. His runs out in 2026. So his runs out in 2 years. Alphonso Davies' one runs out in 1 year. But Teo Hernandez, if I'm not mistaken, has also played centre-back, which means he could cover there if it was absolutely necessary.
All right. So, Steven, you said Alphonso Davies. How many more years you said?
Alphonso Davies, 2025. Teo Hernandez expires 2026.
2025. So that's 1 more year. David, 1 more year. Teo Hernandez, 2 more years. So the one with more years will be more expensive than David's. David's will still have a chance to talk to someone in the summer transfer window because he's got 1 more year, which is 2025. You get what I'm saying?
The talks with him are about Real Madrid at the moment for Alphonso Davies. I think it was Real Madrid. They're the ones that are being linked to him.
Don't they have French? Is it French left back or right back? Yeah, they have Filamendi. So why would they want to fence Alphonso Davies?
Maybe he's leaving.
I'm sure they have someone else there.
I can't remember who else they had, but maybe Ferland Mendy's leaving.
I think he's been a very, very good player. He's been a good player for Real Madrid.
It's either, so this is my perspective on it, right? Either he's leaving or they're future-proofing because he might be leaving, say, in the next year or two. That's my theory. It'd be one of those two things because there's no way you'll have both for the long term. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's my thought. It's either he's leaving now or he'll probably leave next summer and then they'll have Alphonso Davies ready.
Okay. So I think we all set on that one. You choose Teo Hernandez. I went for Alphonso Davies. Looking at the contract length, 1 more year, 2025, and he's definitely going to have every right to talk to every club in the summer because according to law, FIFA law, if you have 1 year left in the contract, you have every right to start talking to football club. That's the law, right, Steven?
I don't know the exact ruling on other countries, but I know that, for example, if a player, I'm trying to think of someone. Okay, say fast forward to January, yeah? January 2025, yeah? Say Gallagher hasn't got an extension yet, yeah?
Yeah.
Gallagher, at that point, he will have 6 months left on his deal. He will therefore be able to agree a pre-contract with another club. However, I don't know if the rule is the same across the other countries or if it's England specific. Because he's playing in England for a Premier League club, is not able to sign a pre-contract for another Premier League club.
Okay.
I don't know if it works the same in the other countries, so I don't know if it works the same that, say, Alphonso Davies didn't get an extension, it got to January. I don't know whether or not he would be able to agree a pre-contract with, say, Dortmund just because they're the next biggest team in Germany. It's the easiest name I pluck off the top of my head. Or if it has to be pre-contract with a club from another country.
Okay. What are you smacking? Get a fly there? Or a mosquito?
Oh, no, it's a habit. I was trying to stop myself from doing it. I didn't realize it was as loud as it was. It's, the AirPods case?
No.
So, when you got the wireless earphones, the Apple ones, they're called AirPods.
Oh, the airport.
That's what,
okay,
that's
I thought say airport,
case.
like the airport.
No, AirPods. And Brighton are not doing us any favours because Brighton are losing to Roma. So, well done, Brighton. Thank you very much.
What's the scoreline right now for Brighton?
1-0. Dybala just scored.
Tipala. All right. So Stephen G, we're still on it. Mario Hutchinson. Stephen, I don't know if you've
Player of the
seen
month.
anything about Hutchinson today. According to reports that came out, Hutchinson has been nominated for the Sky Bet Championship Player of the Month award for February. Another impressive player. I did talk about him. I love him. I love this guy very well. When I think I've watched 5 games. I can't believe I've watched 5 Ipswich Championship games this season, and he's been brilliant. Somebody's come from the bench. As soon as he came from the bench, he had a goal. So he's been brilliant for Ipswich so far. So he really deserved an award. Stephen Hutchison.
Yeah, I saw that earlier today as well. Uh, sorry, I was just seeing something. It's quite funny. I'm not going to repeat it, but yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that earlier today. Been reported that he's going to be um the net. Not the next. I can't get my words out today. My brain don't want to function. Um, Normal day for me, to be fair. I saw that thing as well about being nominated. So yeah, it's good to see one of the young lone players is getting recognised for his contribution. So good to see he's having an impact on his club. He's getting nominated for the league's Player of the Month as well. So yeah, it's a good look for him and for the club as well.
Brilliant, guys. If you're watching us live, we're discussing we're discussing another loan player, talented player who came from Arsenal to join Chelsea, and he's been on loan at Ipswich Football Club in the Championship. They are aiming high to have a qualification to the Premier League, and they have the help of Mario Hutchinson, another good player who has helped the team. He's just banging in goals from bench. His impact from the bench has been very, very, very impressive. And today we realized that he's picked up an award, Sky Bet Championship Player of the Month for February. So another player that you guys have to look up for him. Yes, look up to him. Look up to him very well and check him out. Let him know. We have to follow him and see his progress away from Chelsea. I've been watching his games a lot of time, and the progress has been consistency. The consistency is still there. It's something that we've been always talking about. So, Mario Hutchinson, Steven, your man for the weekend. Guys, we got literally just 8 minutes to call it off for the day. We only literally have 8 minutes. So, guys, if you're still there, watching us live, wherever you're watching us from, if you're watching us from Twitter, X, they call it. We still got almost about 16 people watching us live on X. You can also click on our link there. I think link Blueclouds Media on YouTube and subscribe to our platform and join us here if indeed you want to. Or maybe I could click the link, the YouTube link, and then I'll share the link there with you. So if you're watching us live, want to be part of our discussion, yeah, click on the link. And also, if you're on YouTube, I've sent the link in the description. There, you can click on it and join us here on the platform and have a say. So, guys, has been very, very impressive. A stream, a lot of topic. We've touched on lots of topics today. We've talked about the growing concern coming from Strasbourg Football Club. Yes, Blue Coal. It's the name for the owners, the people that bought Chelsea Football Club. That's the name, just like Steven said from beginning. City owners, and same thing with Blue Coal. Blue Coal are the owners that bought Strasbourg. That's the name. They bought Strasbourg, and Strasbourg have had their complaint that they haven't met with the owners since the takeover came true. Steven, that thing is disturbing my ears. Yes.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize that it was unmuted.
Yeah, the Discord thing coming in.
I've muted it.
Yeah, thank you very much. Just for me a little bit, please. Won't be that long. So the Strasbourg have complained they haven't met with the owners, and also they want to change the policy of the recruitment of bringing in just young players, under 22 players. They want a little bit more experienced players to be able to compete. They are struggling in mid-table. They want to see the team go up. And, Steven said they're a mid-table team, and I do understand. But I think that these owners don't want them to remain in the mid-table. They want to see them up competing with the likes of a PSG, Monaco, and also maybe Olympic Marseille. But we yet to see that. So they're not happy at all. Very, very upset with the the way the owners are handling the football club. And also we've touched bases on Nico Williams. Nico Williams, another young, talented Spaniard who plays the Spanish national team. He was at the World Cup with his younger brother, Inaki Williams. Chelsea, it's been lots of reports, one from Fabrizio Romano, another one from Ben Jacob, and others have tweeted that Chelsea have been looking at Nico Williams even in the summer transfer window. So maybe this upcoming summer transfer window, he might be the guy that will come in to replace maybe Nuno Madueke, or maybe Sterling. According to reports are also saying that Raheem Sterling is not moving and going anywhere at all. But we have to see what the summer window brings to Chelsea Football Club and also Strasbourg in the whole. So we've talked about him also. And I think the last but not the least, we also talk about Mario Hutchinson. And also they're also growing concern about Thomas Tuchel, which we'll talk about Thomas Tuchel tomorrow. As a lot of Chelsea fans cannot wait for Mauricio Pochettino to be sacked and bring in the ex gaffer Thomas Tuchel. So there's a lot going on at Chelsea Football Club right now. Literally have just 4 minutes. Steven, let's wrap it up. We got 4 minutes. Let's wrap it up. If you're watching us on X, do not forget to drop a like on the video as we are still live at this moment. So, Steven, let's wrap it up. Anything more you want to add to it that we haven't talked about?
No, not really. I think that was basically all the stuff that needed to be said. I think we've covered everything that's come out today. So yeah, I can't think of anything.
What's his name? Jake Paul. Is it Jake Paul? About to fight Tyson at 50.
Bro,
is it 54?
56
years old man, almost 60 years old.
Who are retired. That's all he does. He fights people who are retired. The only one that he didn't fight that was not retired, that wasn't retired, was, I can't even remember now. Oh, Tommy Fury.
Yeah, he
was the only
he
one
got
that
battered.
isn't retired.
They beat the hell out of him, isn't it?
Yeah. Quite entertaining. But it'd be funny if he still loses. I'll be honest.
That'll end his career as a boxer. If you lose against a 56-year-old man who's about to turn to 60, Tyson, and you lose against him, then you're nobody. Because why won't he try in Ghana? Why won't he try in Ghana? Steven?
Because he makes all these claims, and the reality is he don't want it. That's the face of it. I'll be honest.
Ghana will really destroy him if you try to get because he's trying to make a name. And I think he's made the name already.
Tomorrow, by the way.
Do what?
The AJV and Ngannou fight happens tomorrow.
Yeah, I think I've said it. I've given you my
verdict already. My time. It's 4 p.m. It's in Saudi.
Yeah. 4 p.m. So that makes it 3, 2, 1, 12, around 12. So 12 afternoon. 12 for me. 12 in the afternoon for me.
11 or 12 for you.
Yeah. I'm gonna try and have it on my screen whilst I'm discussing football. I could be talking about the game also. Probably we can do that one. So instead of talking about Chelsea, we can do yeah, we can do something like a watch along thing, but not a watch along. We're discussing Ngannou and what's his name again? AJ on the platform tomorrow and see what is gonna happen. All right, so guys, we have really hit I think 1 more minute to hit the 1 hour an hour way mark. We'll be hitting up our time here, and we're discussing a lot on this platform. So I don't know anymore, Steven. Ngannou, Steven, I've told you that Ngannou will stop AJ. Trust me, he's got 10 minutes in professional boxing with the current heavyweight of the world, which is Tyson Fury. 10 rounds for him. He dropped that man. That should tell you he has a high possibility.
Ooh.
Yes. He's going
Sorry
to finish
to
it.
cut you off.
Yeah.
So I wasn't expecting this to happen. I thought Leverkusen would win, but Leverkusen are currently losing to Karabag. Do you remember Karabag?
Carabao Cup?
Karabag. You know the team
I
from
know.
Azerbaijan.
I'm being
that
funny.
Zappa
I'm being
Kostas
funny.
scored against. Karabag are beating Leverkusen 1-0.
What's the minutes now? 20 minutes?
I think 25th minute. I think.
25th minute. Oh, Leverkusen will come back. Steven.
But that's a
Probably
shock
resting.
in itself.
Yeah, they're resting players, and I'm sure they will come back.
I
They're
doubt
resting
it, Nee. It's the, what is it, round of 16 of the Europa League. I doubt they're resting players.
Okay. But, you know, it's a
I'm
long way
gonna
to go,
look up
Steven. You
the
got
lineup
over
now.
60 minutes to play. Steven, you got over 60 minutes to play.
Yeah, you still got 2 legs, but in itself, that is a shock. The fact that they're behind them is actually a big shock.
Steven, it's not a shock. We're making it sound
It
like
is.
Leverkusen
It
at
really
Bayern
is.
Munich.
Nee, they
It's
haven't lost all
Leverkusen Bayern
season.
Munich.
What do you
Steven,
mean?
it's Leverkusen Bayern Munich. It's not a shock to
They
me.
haven't lost all season. They
Yeah,
have not
there's
lost all
always a
season.
first time. There's always a first time. All right, anyway, it's a shock to Steven, but not a shock to me because Leverkusen are Leverkusen. They're not Bayern Munich or Real Madrid to be, you know,
Nee, they're not
going
resting
down.
players.
Okay.
It looks like a
All right,
fairly
guys,
strong team.
we will call it a day today. Steven Littis Brantons.
Hang on to hope.
Absolutely. Hang on to it, guys. So we'll be back again tomorrow, same time. Take care and enjoy the rest of the evening. Bye for now. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Blueclouds TV.